晚安呀。Rainbow Rune is now live. Streaming Final Fantasy 14 Online live LVL 84 ENDWALKER Main Quest Spoiler Alert 剧透。
嗨 ，Hello， 大家好，大家晚安。刚才开完会，然后想说来赶快直播一下好了。想说好想赶快就是知道剧情的走向如何，但是又不能就是玩太快，你知道的，就是太快结束，然后也会很空虚这样子。好，那大家好，嗨 Andrew， 晚安晚安。你刚有去 Meet Up 哦？对啊，因为我才开完会，所以也错过了。那我们就继续我们的剧情。那我们上次是来到了月球的一个类似 ARK 吧，方舟。哦，你现在还在哦？好吧，我已经在直播了，还是我开着直播进去？那结果这里都是一群小兔子，然后上次他们得知就是要来住的人，就是要来住在这个方舟里面的人，跟他们想象的差太多，所以才会有上次那个非常好笑的那一幕。然后好像他们目前跟地表的某些人有联络，感觉应该就是 Sharian 吧，就是那个议会里面的人，要不然他们就是搬了那么多东西搬去哪里？感觉就是搬来这里，只是目前不晓得他们怎样知道会有这个地方的。那我们来看看吧。Right then, now that you are here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible glorious. So it's imperative that we be prepared and to receive our passengers to be. If anything is there anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed postate, and address it what we shall. Here at the Bestway Burrows, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essentials for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you have all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuff? Meet me at the Curatoriums, and we will see about filling your bellies. 好吧，我们就先来跟他说我们喜欢吃什么。She is not one for enthusiasm. The notion of eatery rotting to its core, being a matter of course, is rather concerning so. Nevertheless, let us take the opportunity to learn more of the Roporis and their vessel. Nothing way. Nothing. We are all going to die someday. So what if it happens a little sooner? 好悲观的兔子。哦，怎么那么七彩？七彩霓虹灯，好亮哦！Territorium， 这也太大了吧！兔子机器人。啊，它攻击人。Welcome to the Territorium. Here we create prototype of the various standards required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of the foodstuff production, Cooking Way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amounts of trial and error, but after many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could have asked for. I've learned all about the essentials, nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet. For the reference material we received, why I have practically want the words of those invaluable pages. Hi, Han. Naturally, we have also considered ease of growth and production. We are not ones for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stuff recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and were all quite famished. Hop along the platform here and you will find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delight. Help yourself to anything you like. 耶，快吃大喝。这也太高了吧！Storage crate. Blasting way. This doesn't require debate. We have work to do, so quick dragging your feet and get it. You opened the storage unit and found a rainbow's current assortment of carrots. I'm assuming orange carrot, particular looking blue carrot, vibrant yellow carrot, ominous crimson carrot. Take a moment to reconsider. 我来吃，当然是吃橘色的啊。From formed leaves, no scratch or blemish mark this immaculate specimen. Nonetheless, it's not for its safety length and grease. One might think it was an ordinary carrot. Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? Yes. On second thought, you declared to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre quality, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it is safe to eat first. "是红萝卜花园吗？我喜欢自己的音乐。 So, did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? This one, the carrot. Ah, yes, a fine choice, one of my personal favorites actually. Please dig in, I'm eager to hear what you think. 吃 Regret trepidation, you take a bite of the carrot. There's a satisfying crunch as you sink your teeth into the orange skin, and a warm tickling sensation runs down your spine. With a second bite, a wave of euphoria rushes over you, and your drowns in breast. At last, as you finish, the elation fades, leaving you with a desperate crave for another carrot. 是毒品吧？毒品萝卜，令人成瘾的萝卜。What do you think? Unlike anything you have tasted before? Yes. The carrot of happiness is full of bursting with nutrients and is guaranteed to leave you feeling satiated. It is a staple among us loperates. We have plenty of other varieties too. Breeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have the carrot for every occasion. These carrots are extraordinary, but what if I don't like carrots? 如果说这会被骂吗？ I can certainly see the demand of this in Syrian. 我来讲这个好了，我要看他们的表情。我要看他们有没有惊讶的表情。You didn't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in these fractions. Don't worry not, we have puree versions on hand if you haven't the time to chill. 这只才是生气的兔兔。这只。I take you to have a wild assortment of carrots to choose from. Okay. If I may ask, what exactly did this collaborator share with you about cuisine on eateries? Sure, you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and food you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recent that we established connect. 就是他生气兔兔。Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first. So imagine our surprise when they are sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for the encyclopedias I found, we would have been at loss where to begin. So we decided rather to divide our resources to prepare varieties of meddlings and potentially unsatisfying meals. It would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food, which is carrot. That is all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, broiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrot in other ways. But our priority concern was efficiency, and what is more efficient than sinking your teeth into the carrot's vegetable production? Okay. A rather strange approach to take for one Nim's cooking way, isn't it? 他这样完全不煮东西。Well, technically speaking, cooking ways isn't my given name. When first created, we are all names in the old tongue, you know. Then otherwise impenetrable parents, the watchers speak. After we receive a great tomes of words and a dictionary, and that is from our collaborators. We learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verbs, conjunctions. Okay, then we found the terms relate to our given task, and use them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? Okay, 所以他们原本不是叫这些奇怪名词的。No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore does thine kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of you people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You have never been able to pronounce our original names anyway. Anyway. Okay, I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you were decide to preserve for us and fauna from interiors as well, you will be able to offer the passenger a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one is prey came sooner than later, it will appear there is not but carrots on the menu. 好可怜，只会吃萝卜。I think we have our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to the other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way， 穿得下吗？我们穿得下这些服装吗？他为我们准备了什么服装 ？Here we are, the appearer production station. We have chosen to employ more traditional methods for this test. Creation magic, Hyrule in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the same affinity for magic her people possess. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you are dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the detail of another times. Said that, they say we did run into the spot of trouble. At first, our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallite ether was a wonderful crystal that could provide us with extra, which we did. Mine, how resourceful! Ah, the swift sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we have read all about your habits of changing attire to match your children's proficiency. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our design. But why take my work for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourself known to the worker and they will see to the rest.再讲上去。Restless Lopirate. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Iteris. 马儿跑了，对啊。Goodness me, mapping ways wasn't kidding. You are really smaller than the vulture. Oh, right, you are here to try on the set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Fashion, an outfit for embodiments, my bloodlust. Something simpler, yes, functional. A fashionable and refined ensemble. 但是选 fashionable. Fashionable, right? This will only take a moment. 看他们做什么服装给我们穿，一定很好笑啊！这什么东西？ There we are, all finished. A perfect fit, if I do say myself. I will be honest, I know nothing for factions, let alone factions on eateries. But I wager no one down there have ever wanted anything like this fine assembly. Perhaps you can start a new trend. Will you look at that? Speedless, and there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they will be happy to upgrade. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress, okay? You will change back to your normal ground if you move too far away. Speak with the reckless operator to the store, okay? 我们要穿着这个奇怪的服装，是什么鬼？为什么好像有2件衣服套在一起？啊！走开！啊！哦，他要帮我们上颜色吗？啊 ，No one say you becoming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes, really? Of course, it will be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Surprise me. Got anything in the little morphin? Looking for clothes for an altogether different design. Surprise me. Yeah, surprise me. I think I can handle that. Let's see. 感觉很可怕。This should do. Surprise me. 什么？哈？为什么我手会有这个东西 ？Some of my best work yet. It's a relative new concept incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance, can you smell these carrots? Simply divine. 什么意思？他把我们就是打扮成I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. 他们把它打扮成那个carrot 吗？ When you go and show living way, I'm sure he's eager to see what you have come up with. You must continue. OK， 这一样。我们变成萝卜了，还好啦，其实还算好看啊，除了那个很不明所以的手以外。
兔国的审美观。
对啊，兔国的审美观。Hi. My, don't we look splendid? The results such much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh. You don't need to speak. I can see your adoration for the mood, and we localize in your eyes. Don't doubt your friends feel the same, having samples our creation. 所以他们也被就是尝试要换装吗？我来看一下好了。有事吗？谢谢。Sorry, I have to keep you waiting. 这豹纹是怎么回事？They insist we sample all of their concept. 好， Where it is ensemble most becoming， 这也太绿了吧，这是。
Can you help put food away in the fridge?
什么？What do you mean? I think it's past time we return this clothes.
打错地方。
我想说，是我要放什么食物？饮料吗？哎 ，Andrew， 我要放饮料去哪？I was so confident our grammar would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? We thought we could appeal to modern taste of by tailoring and the rules to specific professions, but please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. So we resolve to evacuating the people of interest. They will most certainly have any of your attire. It's clear you spare no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suit my taste, even if it's of inferior make. But there are others they'll choose might be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preference. I fear we have understand the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we have memorized every tools we receive, I doubt we have far more better. Maybe you are doing we are doing you this decisive try to show you with our bubbles and frappery, thinking it. 我一定要找一个方法把这个停下来。There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I like to ask, 为什么那么快? This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of souls as well?
好像是空白键。
哦，是吗？嗨，狐狸狐，感谢。空白键只会跳出这个啊。Disable 哦 ，OK， 对，是空白键。我来实验一下就知道了。Not that I'm aware of。好，是空白键，它不会自己转了。感谢感谢，原来我是之前按到空白键。We were born on hiring love of eateries, and the salvation of the people on the star and the star alone has ever been our aims. 狐狸狐，你现在几等了？你玩到哪了 ？Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14th and risk failing them all. 啊，他们要放弃其他世界了。
我现在任务是85等，正在中场休息 XD。
中场休息哦。那我没有离你很远呢，我还以为你已经到很后面了。I suppose you are right. Living way, might we have lived to explore best way barrels unattended. You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? Yay! I mean, you are more than welcome to. There was actually something I wished to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? 那我呢？我要去哪里？怎么有灯躲在那里？ Ah, my apology. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitor who comes to Eterist, and I want to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. Why? Why are you worried? What if the people of Eterist refuse to come? What if we cannot save them? It's clear that we have made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you will understand how wonderful the moon story is. I'm sure of it. I've been waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Ah, oh, and the nymphs growing ways, by the way. Going ways, by the way. See you soon. Where's the teleporter? 我好懒惰，抱歉。
怎么会有哈利波特？
这跟之前我在直播一个游戏很像啊，是 Teleporter， 不是 Harry Potter，Teleporter。Here, you are here. You are really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Leo. I'm Leo. Literal Leo, eh? Click key. Even your names are amazing. Really? Well, we will be using the teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you are ready, go. 是新的房，这是住宅区吗？月球住宅区。
Ready in the teleporter.
Ready the teleporter. 坏掉。发生什么事情
？Teleporter 一直听成 Harry Potter。
Harry
哈哈哈
Terry Potter.
Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh, no.
他送我们去哪里？哎，专业点好不好？请专业一点。只是上海楼上而已啊，还是别的地方？
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
为什么是 Orion？ 所以我们偷听到东西了。
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
好的，不要哭。
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
但他会哭吗？
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of the Endine.
The Endine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
好的。
If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action.
为什么不尝试阻止它的发生？
This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request.
什么要求？
Our collaborators on Etheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
他们是谁？
Having seen the moon for yourself, You could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
感觉就是 forum 里面的人啊，是吧？
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
Really?
You
Excellent.
understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the
Don't be
expense
fooled,
of
little
practicality.
rabbit.
The difficult
对啊
choices
Don't be
must
fooled by the
often be
return
made for the greater good.
You understand that in the face of great tension, one can pursue perfection. Okay.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
I'm looking. 还要去当卧底了。
Ah, idle musings. 'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up.
好的，好的。
It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
他们不见了。 Gross, that's so embarrassing. I promise to be more careful by now. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I have reloaded the teleporters to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proved useful in the meantime. A shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. Okay. You can now travel between upper floor. Okay, 太好了。It may not seem like it, but we have been planning for this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we have long discussion about how to save as many of you as we can. Feel like everyone have an option on this or that. But the one things we all agree upon was the people of Ethereus would take actions to save themselves until it was far too late. That is why we have striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they would hope on the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tail and force them to accept our invitations. The residential quarter may not speak up to the necessary standard just yet, but there are plenty of others placed worth seeing. You have already had a look around Curatoriums, but wait until you see what was waiting for you at the east end of the boroughs. Follow me! Dun, 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 dun. Oh. 带我们去哪 Good, you are here. Through this door is the greatest Endwalker. Endwell. Okay. It was named as such because it evolved to end all the most beautiful forest you will ever see. We understand the peoples of Eaterists enjoy taking leisure walks through natural space and the like, so I'm sure you will enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountains? This way! Go, go, go! 看一下到底是什么峡谷那么漂亮。没看到森林啊。I don't see any forest. Is it forest? Are you kidding me? 这可以变成新的金蝶区域。这是新的金蝶区域吗？Where are you, little rabbits? Where are you? So, what did you think of the forest? Isn't it positive present? Simply sublime. I couldn't see any forest of trees. I didn't see any. Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there? It's transcendent, but bury your face in chocobos from plumage and making a good long wish. I think the second one. Right, you are right. Our forest is made of crystal and the construct, noting the landscape as far as the eyes can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we are born here, we never seen the tree. We never seen tree in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborator have quite enlightened it, but after much deliberations, we decided to use crystalline structure that constructs in place of living tree. And thanks for our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you would find in every forest on Eateries. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, playing a vital role in supplying refreshed water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say that unparalleled roundness speaks from itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation. Whenever I come here, you look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Stretch. Okay. 来伸懒腰。That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sign worth of many years spent building this place. It's not much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Eateries. Could we maybe... Sure. You will? Oh, it's still my covering whisk. I was thinking that it could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moons and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hyderlin gave us our first test, furnished the moon with the propulsion system capable of facilitating travel to another star. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respect it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hyderlin shared with us. We also have a lot of time to get it done, 6,000 years give or take. But anyways, let us keep going. 先去这个吧，这个感觉没有，这是多的 optional conversations. Ask if it tastes a rainbow's crystal. What? No, I'm sure. What it is you do with the crystal eateries, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's process of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystal like this to maintain the moon's element equilibrium. It was mentioning though because of Hyderlin's influence, bearing the embodiments of tranquility and stasis, and all manipulating the elements here is different than I might be on Etherealist. A conjuring of fire will sooner dry your clothes than single use them. For example, but simply the etheric conditions are ill suited to grow with this, which is why the surface is more burnt. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energy of Zodiac in check. This may come as a surprise but we didn't bring buildings the habitable area until after the propulsion system were ready. Considering how long it took, we wish we had started sooner. Who would have thought we need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We have to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, such of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a halt, when the brothers' red satellites were set up from Etheris, the elegant mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new various actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can tell you how relieved we were when Hyderlin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything particular about the treetops? I mean, apart from their facts, they are massive crystal and not trees. 东西吗? I give you a hint. It's a golden ring, emanating from the glowing sphere. Along with the device fixed near the ceilings, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial object in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your body. This ring shields you from the energy while allowing you to bathe in a perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. 他要来圈养我们。Okay. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you will see different type of tree have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest tree is the greatest. There was something else I want to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion system habitat facility was completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important feature were fit for purpose, which were all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day peoples of Ethereus. Why not go and visit Ethereus yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon through purpose explodes for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we may lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseech her to find people of Ethereus we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. OK， 这里也好大哦。With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and wait. Hopefully Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and through her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly from a short well. It's not Heidelin doing, right? We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with that. What we taught them, no more than a few years after that. Our collaborators found a means to convert messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful change to the moon. 感觉就是 science, and now you are here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as am I. I knew you would like the greatest ends well. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it means a lot to me. There you are. I take it you have already received the grand tour. A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking for you all over for you. Okay, hi, Living Way. Is this about the teleporters to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you are all more welcome to continue looking about the burrows. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seem to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with a guide. Do you learn anything of import? I 知道了，就是感觉就是 forum 里面人就是跟他们把资源寄来这里了。They spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointment hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still, it remains to see if their people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no sign of the final days. What is more, the technology of this place defies imaginations. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personality or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. 感觉他有猜出来是谁吧？不然讲了我，Indeed, even if faced with annihilations, the decisions to forsake all one knows cannot be just make likely. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your lift. There's another matter which yet beg for my intentions. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. No. 9. They will not be necessary if you will excuse me. 只有我们知道他在干嘛。It's clear now how difficult decision lay ahead us. Preparation for the evacuation of Iteris is indeed crucial, but I'm not yet willing to forsake our war and its reflections, and I trust I'm not alone in my reticence. Huh. Did Orianjay seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he's a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I have been lying. If I say I was, then worried. Will you go and see if it's alright? Isra and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. Sorry. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. So what now? Where is UNJ? What are you doing? He goes to the entrance. I should use the teleporter. I forget to use it. Where are you going? 诶，他看不到我们哦。UNJ ventured off to the laboratoriums, and for reasons unknown, you must tread carefully. 我们要来跟踪别人了。上次我们跟踪了小女孩，这次我们要来跟踪。A follow quest again. I had this quest. Hi. Go. Oh. Should we wait here? Who is there? No one.点点点。Okay, not so fast. Oh.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
How? How do you know that we are following you?
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yes, I heard part of it.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Don't linger in the past.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass.
So let's find a means to end this. But how? Where should we start?
Thus must we struggle. Haunted by ghosts of those we have lost. Clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Okay. Sometimes there's no right answer. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart to protect, well, those you can. With that, we have time to weigh the cost. 觉得应该是这个吧，有时候就是没有标准答案了。
I am not alone in my discomfort, then.
Sure.
'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
有吗？有过吗？我没有印象哎。Yeah, when did we speak alone before?
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
So.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and that bugger all!
什么鬼？他们在干嘛？他们好。
No matter. We've got our plans.
他们在干嘛？好邪恶的感觉。In truth, my reason for traveling hence was to effort a plan of my own, a plan which may be paved a way for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. This is the reason I set out alone, that failure, shall it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hands and open heart. True, would be remiss of me to refuse your amities, and I shall ask, would you join in my endeavor? Sure. I thank you for accompanying me. It is simple plans in truth. We shall not be long ways for best way battle. Difficult decisions must need to be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desires to save the people of Iteris. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrit, I would offer them a gift, but it's making do quite a most singular ingredient. What gift? Carrots? Abundance of sponger. Excellent. I chanced to spy these aggregations of where crossing zodiacs, which were imprisoned. Using a spell to me by the No more. I believe this shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requires considerable concentration, however. May I prevail upon you to stand watch with my perform the incantations. 好讨厌这些古英文哦。Hi, wandering Daphnia.好多哦。还有吗？ Serving the nearby area, you see no sign of potential trade. There must be good opportunity. Where the remains sensation of his work. There, it's done. A magic ink. Every result of infectious as that craft by Normand. Rare is occasions I would conjure my own, but it nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no pretentious properties, but its hue is one of my own choosing, which I pray the Loporate will appreciate. J, oh, thank goodness! I thought you have been eaten of, or have perhaps fallen into a crater. Isola has been looking all over for you. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. 真的吗？还是骗我们的？ She was always quite clear that she wished to speak with Material alone, which means I am afraid you must stay behind J. But worry not, it just so happened we need your help with an errand. Deliver a package from the Watcher's Palace to Best Westboroughs. It is quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy that for we poor Loporate, and we would be grateful if you can lend us a hand. Well, I suppose that's going then. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with it? Okay, sufficiently convenient. 好吧，不要拆穿他们。Good. I mean, yes, very good. Let us not keep you then. She says she would be waiting for you in the greatest envelops. So, or somewhere thereabout, I'm sure you will find her soon enough. Worry not, I'm sure it'll be long.他怎样去了？ 这个不能用。哦。Oh, we thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency, I say no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Ways, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. A problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refused to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there any way, anywhere he is likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there is a way to slow him down? What is the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice. And no, well, if it's really that important, you can try using this ball. What ball? Of mouse fresh? Not be confused with the other things. Running Ways' other notable features is his incessant chatters, so you will have no trouble finding him in cloud. And when you do, try lobbing your ball at him. True, but if proves effective, he was here in greatest Endwalker. Well, when I last saw him, let us split up and find him. Search your surrounding for Running Way. You may give the cameras, okay? Hi. Oh, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it's very funny. Isn't very funny. 射到你了。Yes, I'm Running Ways. Do you mind explaining why you hit me with the face with your balls of mouse fresh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. There's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we have got time to look into the final days when there's such much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hylian did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loporates around here. Less probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but there would be better. Hope I don't get my palms on them. 感觉被耍了。Sorry, I couldn't be more helpful. But if there's nothing else, I have work to do. I need to run, and I am off. think it's about time for some action, right?可是耗费我们时间了。I could find either hide or no hair from him. How did you fare? So he know no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, growing way? Yeah. Well, you see, I misremember. Yes, this is it. I misremember. Terribly sorry about that. 他可以再做一次刚刚那个动作吗？Afraid of drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can remember who I was thinking of. On the unrelated note, what of Urianze? I'm sure you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he will be returning? On his way to the Watcher's place with Living Way? Between growing way sudden slaves of memory and our lack of the other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Orianze a hand. What? Now, hold on a moment. 不要拖我们时间了。It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archive. Yes, this is where you will find all sorts of useful knowledge, including the pretendings of the final days. 邪恶兔子 Oh, what to do? I promised Lingwei I would help, but no, I promised I would help. So that's what I will do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the local rates are up to something, but if there is all to be learned of the final days, I think the best we play along for now at least. 这些邪恶家伙。Oh, it's all the way up. Why 为什么不能转送了？好吧。好大哦！ 走好久。人在哪？哦。看来要表演什么。The archive are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we will just have to go and find whoever has the key. Okay. Going well enough. If you have not else to tell us of the final day, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourself not telling us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be perfect paradise for the people of Interest, and we are running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hope you will see the wonders we have to offer, but you have found nothing but faults and fault in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you other must be keep here. So there's a living waste game running us about in circles and failing that lock us away so we can put the plans at rest. Everyone except we and Angel. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudge us, Greenway. Never have we decried the notions of using the moon as a means of escape. They say my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Iteris and her reflections to their dome. If there is a way to avert the final stay, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our effort will never be at the expense of your plan. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for its if and maybe nows. The people of Iteris will escape here to the moon. They will be safe, and we will finally get to see all their happy smiling face. I'm sorry, but we cannot let you leave. We just can't. 等下他们要变邪恶了吗？好可怕。Do you wish do what you must, but try not to hurt them. Okay, I will be back in a moment. Don't do anything rush while I'm gone. If they will not overwhelm us with the sheer numbers, I say we knock this one out, split up, and make our ways to exits. Agree. Let us reconvene where Eagles await outside. 留我们一个人下来对付这3只。OK。Evaluate。好可怜哦。Sorry, interpolate. And reinforcement. Too strong. 啊！为什么？为什么要打他？We have to save them. Okay. 所以我们现在要是回去中间吧，除非有什么意外发生。嗨，狗狗。Good, you are here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger. 这些邪恶的兔子。
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here.
Why?
The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
好可爱。啊！好好笑。可以再一次吗？
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction.
他在哭啊。
An arduous feat by any measure. It's clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris.
所以才要救 Aetheris 啊。
That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker.
Hi, Monica.
When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer.
是 Moonbreeder 吧，我猜。
The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson.
Anticipation for half-read story conclusion. Okay.
The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee.
好可爱哦。
Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There
you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order.
这目前有两个段落
Though
是
we
我蛮
must
喜欢
needs
的。
prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Yes, last resort.
To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of
嫦娥
Reed's,
在哪？
of all
月亮上
reflections,
有好
and the
多柱子。
souls that call them
嫦
home.
娥躲起来。对啊，应该先找到解决方法吧。
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
所以他会留在月球，感觉。
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
哦，收集到第几个颜色了？第5个。 这顺序理论上应该是跟 The flower, how it came to your possessions？ 这颜色应该是跟我们收集那个水晶的颜色的顺序蛮像的。红色代表什么 ？Courage 吗 ？How very her guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions will remain a mystery even to us. 对啊，目前就只有这几个颜色，就感觉是水晶的颜色。这是我们6.0要收集的，不是水晶，是花朵的颜色。In our times, we call it Elpist. Okay, you would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
当然，你让我们白走了很多东西，浪费我们的时间。
We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
这是 Sharian 的 forum 吧？
Agreed. The Sharlayan Forum, yes?
How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans.
对啊，就连不起
But let us
来。
continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
哦，终于要回去了。感觉故事才一半而已，可能还没到一半，这快到一半。以目前等级来说的话，差一点就85了。This was a relief to see Living Ways was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is blessing without peer. It will be not easy task to prepare them for what must need to be done, but clearly do I embrace this duty. Even if it does necessitate that we part way for a time. Forgive me my attempts, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow scions. Well, when next I return to Atheris, I pray I found you all in a good health and good spirit. Okay. With the Loporate in Uranje's capable hands, we need not worry about affair here in our essence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Barbiels. Our battle for the Tsar will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Returning home. 我想说，还有那么多地图，还有2张地图。对，还有2张地图。是什么？哦，那么快就回来了，我还以为有什么过场动画。God, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back, but we have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a totally detailed report to Russia. I would like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They would only just begin to treat the Templars prisoner while we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greatest importance. I speak not only of the contingents, of course. The head of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agree, though we might wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into panic. Not that anyone in the positions of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first thing first, to Camp Broken Glass.看一下这里有 Stout， 好吧，算了，我之后再来慢慢开解锁。It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We have done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what have become Galamos in our absence? We succeed in subduing the Templars inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the numbers requiring care have grown exponentially. The enslavement condition here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have partitioned the aim of the Allies nations. Some are understandably hesitate to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupations. They say several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the essence of your followers' science, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured for their temporary. Well, all the temple be relocated. Not all. No, we have sufficient shelters to attend to those whose treatment has begun, but enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, but he is not yet fit to receive visitors. True be told, it was a miracle and those in his company was not harmed in the chaos. If not for Elfino and Eliza's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leader come to any decisions regarding Galamo? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the province. We have other news to share. Shortly after Animal's defeat, we received report that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Trelmne. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment to hasten these endeavors. The beast tribe have received instructions in the magic needs to be pure tempering. 好长。Master Matayo is no doubt thrilled in Mother's proceeds efforts her to so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, but as well as those of our comrades near and far. 这一段为什么没有 voice? As for the contingent, several of our members has been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of templates has been complete. Lucia and I will remain along with a small force to continue offering alms to those here in Galamo. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call this land home. 对啊，这是我觉得第二个写的不错的桥段，就是前面的那个帝国的那个段落。I believe that accounts for recent event here, so what of the moon and the terraform? The final days is upon us. The final days, oh gods, I pray your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we don't know, but the alliance leader must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course, we will send words forthwith. We will also release your follow science from their present duty, that they may return to Sherent. Your energy that are better spent finding a means to avoid the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your follow science, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Carl, though still in the man's, had been moved to Bardosian's Annex and given into Tetaruke. Thank you, I'm looking forward to see them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. 感觉我们会被 foreign 的人怪罪。One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiac, you say Genos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Galamo. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to speak to ask if you believe there is merit to do so. If they found him, they would not likely to tell the tale. If you expect a tale of destruction to follow, you won't find one. I suppose you are right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them into their death. Pray forgive I entertain the notions. While on subject of Genos, the 10 legions have made an official proclamation. They denounce the crown prince and condemn his role in the empire downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and is continued to serve only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Genos Vetros Gavos, outcast and enemy of Garaman. Fandania is no more, and now his own people turns against him. It seems he is not, but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than an army to see its state. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe return to Sherent. 对啊，其实如果没有 Final Days 的话，其实我们这游戏就就结束了，这游戏就到个关落了。是我们成功的阻止了，只是坏人的行动。来吧，感觉那个 Warrior 的嘴炮炮火会就是攻向我们，这一切都是你害的。Oh, welcome back. We have so terrible worry about you. So it's plain I've caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I'm apologize. Hiring calls to me that day when you entered the power of Babel. Her priests were faint but desperate, and I knew at once he required vessels to carry out her will. What came after felt like a dream, barely remember. My body flowing through the light stream toward Guillermo. When I regained consciousness, I was all aged and frostbite, exhausted of ether, so exhausted in fact I could only laugh, for it was in the moment I understand Rahal's weariness from the Tower of Zor. Would that I could laugh at a time like this, though we prevent Zodiacs from being unleashed upon the world. I'm curious to know what else took place on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvey in the main hall once they are alive. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you have been quite busy. Will Urenjay be joining us? No, he's going to have bunnies. Duty keep him away, I'm afraid. Though Meteor can explain why better than I. The final day, as before Emerald, and we are to escape while the moon. What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? We have no idea. Unfortunately, we have no answer at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of the emeralds, the solution would be to alter the flows of ether throughout the entire of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning zodiacs, occupying half the star populations in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalysms of final days, a feat with which even the Emeraldians could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we have no clue. We found no clue in mere laboratoriums. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of Emerald Rune's creation magic, but we command no such power, which invite the questions: what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the event of the past, and thereby form some semblance of the planet. Perhaps we should start with the forums then, having worked with the laboratories in secret all this time. There is surely more that they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I'm urgent news. The forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. Go ahead, go outside and listen to what they are going to tell about. 为什么会是这种不响的音乐？
Order, order, I say.
Okay, okay.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice.
我觉得他们跟5.0的那个叫什么？那叫什么城市啊？
This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Charlian, nay, of this very star.
Okay.
Said affairs concern all citizens, so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld.
Hmm? What words?
The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
Huh?
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
那本书很像那个兔子拿的书。
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound.
哦，他们要撕那
By
个，
unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
就是让他们不能讲出眼音的魔法，他们要就是破除。
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well.
到底是什么啊？好紧张哦。
270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea.
他们一直在里面看到 Heiderling， 或是跟其他东西。
This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret.
And that is
What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
这可以猜得到。
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
他们知道吗？
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
所以他们没有打算要救这星球，对了。
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end.
我觉得跟他们讲就不通啊，他们感觉就是一个就是游牧的感觉，对他们历史来说。
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
首先要先找到
And if we're to do that,
解决方法。
we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
我大概玩到12点半就休息了。Kyle tell me the forums make a rather
看一下手机讯息。
啊，我现在没办法看手机讯息啊。看一下哦。嗯？哦，好，等我一下。Ah, I'm back. Kyle tell me the forums make a rather momentous announcement. So there's a great exodus, you say? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isles of Wild. The realization that the running and mixtures of relief and regret after. Why me? I ask myself, why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonders? There's no use fretting over the cosmic moralities or lacks therefore. We are here and we will get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rev off and grant everyone else a narrow escape. There's no harm to praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you are exhausted. Your chambers await.什么东西啊？好恶哦！是谁？我们要猜哦，是猜对了，他就会出现是谁，是不是？我来猜嘎铁好了。果然。
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to. If you could spare a moment before bed. Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time. I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you. Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself. No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear. It is surely too much for any one man.
这是什么 romance time 吗？
But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage. You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind. Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come. To the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
OK 啊， 是谁呢？
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsabar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
为什么是这个音乐？
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too.
Huh?
But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
Oh. Okay.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Hmm? 啊？什么东西？Oh, hi, Krina.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right?
Huh? Yeah.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
大象人怎么办？啊，被锁起来了，要85，好吧。OK， 那今天就先到这里吗？我觉得可以玩一个升级。那基本上。还是就先到这里。然后理论上我礼拜六会直播，那礼拜六的话应该就是可以直接从85等开始，所以我会升级。然后对，礼拜五的话是没办法，就是明天是没办法。 因为我要参加一个活动。好吧。
开台辛苦哦。
就先这样子的。嗨，晚安，奥斯克。那我看一下目前有谁在线上可以 rent。Andy 在玩，可是他的进度应该不行，我不能看。他在急诊。我看骂人等级耶，可恶！可是我看那些怪物，感觉就是后面的东西，还是可以 rent 吗？感觉大家进度都比我就是超前太多了。好吧，那就先这样子。我再找看看要 rent 谁。那各位
活动呢？
晚安。什么活动？就是汉的，之前的系上有举办圣诞晚会，对啊，那就一起去参加。
晚安。
晚安，晚安。拜拜，晚安。礼拜六。